what we've got here is something that I paid entirely way too much money for. It's another camcorder, as you can probably tell, that I didn't need at all. I would say I took a really big chance on it because it's actually missing part of the power supply. In fact, it's probably the most important part of the power supply that is missing. But I figure, you know what? It's worth a shot because it came with a bunch of other accessories too, and this is actually in relatively good shape, if you would believe it. It's another Panasonic, as you might be able to tell from that there. It is a Panasonic. It's a camcorder. What is the model? I think it's oh, I have the manual over here. How handy is that? Yes, I even got the manual with this unit. Camcorder palm sight. Model number PV-L457-K. Yes, it's a VHS-C unit, but it's a little bit fancier than one would expect. We'll get into the camera in a second. In this compartment here, we've actually got the power supply. It did come with the power supply, but I unfortunately did not get that piece right there, which is arguably the most important part. But of course, I have one. I've got one on this camera, and I've got a JVC one as well. It also came with these two tapes. There's a Fuji and a Maxell. The Maxell tape was actually kind of a piece of crap, if you ask me. It came with this aftermarket battery. Junk, if you can guess. Optex, I believe, was a house brand for the Eaton's department store, which is long out of business. And then, interestingly enough, I have this, which is a AA, come on, focus, a AA battery holder for using AA's instead of, I guess you could use rechargeable batteries in here. Does it say to you, yeah, it says use only alkalines, but I'm guessing that there's nothing stopping somebody from using a rechargeable or something of that like. Alright, let's get the camera out of here. Here is the camcorder itself, and you can see something here that's very curious. Yes, that's right. It is the only VHS-C camera that I've got. If I can open it. I mean, not with only one hand. Hold on a minute. I cabled it up now, so we can take a closer look at it. It has an LCD screen. Oh, let me put my date on there. My camera actually shut off. The cable on this camera is not exactly in the best of shape, so there's one thing. But it's actually going to flip out viewfinder. There you can see some information there. 4-head, full-size head drum with the palm sight LCD monitor. That's what they call that. It's a rather small LCD screen, maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches diagonal. And something you will not see on a modern camera, the ability to shut the LCD off. What a concept, eh? It is a color LCD viewfinder. No, it's not a viewfinder, it's a view screen. The viewfinder, however, interestingly enough, is still a grayscale picture tube. You can see some of the controls. Here's the front of the unit itself. Not much to see. It doesn't have a video light, but go ahead and fire up the camera. Interestingly enough, the power switch is on the front. Turn off that light. Maybe you'll be able to see that it's in color. I don't know. I've only got a grayscale viewfinder to look at, so I can't really do much in that regard. Here's the titler. It does actually have a titler. It's actually a fairly unique titler, in that it's, well, you know what, let's go ahead and take a look at the manual and have a look at some of the titles for that. So I'll go look at that in a second. But, there's the display. You can display the date and time. There's all kinds of other features. It's got a fader on it as well. And I think, if going by what the manual says, this fader actually fades the audio and the video. And it's an automatic fader, unlike this camera, which is a manual fader. So what I could do right now with this camera is I can fade it out a little bit, and then it'll come right back up. I don't have to do a full fader, which is a real neat feature, but not really something that I can find to be very useful. Like I said, no video light, but that's okay. Not everybody needs a video light. Let's shut off that. And maybe, just maybe, there's your viewfinder. Just a regular black and white picture tube. In fact, it might even be exactly identical to the one that's in this camera. The tape goes in here. There's a speaker for playback. I think that's really all I have to say about this camera. There's not much else that's interesting. The clock battery door is on the bottom, and I did replace it with a brand new battery. Okay, let's go ahead and have a run-up of this camera. Doing a fade-out. Which is probably not going to work too well. Alright, let's see what kind of trouble I can get into with this thing. This is a Panasonic Camcorder, model number, does it say on the actual unit itself? No, I guess not. It's a PV-L457-K or something like that. Where's the manual? I know it said in the manual. And I can't find the manual. Anyways, you get the idea. It's another VHS-C camera that I paid entirely way too much money for. I think that it is recording. There's our display. Our time and everything. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to support just the displaying of the time. It has to be either the time and date with the seconds, time and date without the seconds, or the date. I don't know why that is with these JVCs. Or not JVCs, these whatchamahooey things, the Panasonics. I'm not in the best of mind for making a video right now, actually. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. Here's the power zoom. Pretty high quality, if you ask me. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over to battery power. And we are going to have a look at some other things around the house, because I can actually do that with this camera. Check this out.
Why would
Look at what we got going on. Low light situation. That you highlight. Right, here's the titler. Oh, I guess I can't do the titler when the video is actually recording, so hold on a minute. Now there's an example of a title. I'm not sure if it disappears at some point. Alright, here is the manual with information about an intelligent titler, automatic title display, and there's all the titles that it's got. It appears as though when the date hits certain days, it will actually display all of those. Or, well, not all of them. It'll display the ones that are correspond to that particular date. I think it's rather cool, although I can't get them to display all of them. Alright, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this video of this camera. There's not much else I can think of to describe. I don't think it will do anything if I change it over to the viewfinder, apart from maybe pick up a high-pitched whine. But yes, I think that'll pretty much do it for the video. I hope it recorded out well. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, do feel free to leave them down below. There we go. Just making sure that the fade would actually turn on. This is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then. again, I almost forgot. Where's the power button? Where's the power button? There it is. Gotta have a run-up of this particular computer. It would not be a camera test video without it. Seems to be slacking a bit today. Unlike a lot of cameras, it can actually get focus on that. What happens if I turn on background compensation? Not really a whole lot of anything. High-speed shutter. Which really does get up to high speed. Goes up to 1/10,000. And of course does really goofy things with the screen over there. Okay, I think that's pretty much going to do it for the video now.